Hi, in this video you will configure and start the API Gateway Manager. You'll also see how to check status and stop the API Gateway Manager. As you can see here, the API Gateway Packs is extracted here. By default, it will be extracted in user/tandem/GWay. To manage the API Gateway Manager, we need application.properties file. Locate the sample application.properties file that is included with the installation. Make sure that you copy it to your preferred location. You will use this file to configure the API Gateway Manager. In this video, let's modify the sample file here. This file comes with default properties, so we just need to review and update them as needed. You will use this file to configure the API Gateway Manager. We'll update the required values, starting with the environment variables. First, nsjava.home should point to your JDK 17 installation. Next, nsji.home should point to your nsji installation location. The last one, python.home, is the path to the Python executable. Here, the default is /user/bin/python3. If you already have Python 3 executable present there, you can leave it as is. Now let's configure the API Gateway Manager. As you can see, you can set the following properties here. gway.project.workspace is workspace directory where manager and project related files are stored. By default, it uses your home directory, but you may change it if needed. Ensure the directory has read, write permissions. quarkus.http.port is an HTTP port where the manager UI will be accessible. For example, 9991 is used here. Manager.process.name is just a process name for your manager instance. For example, smgy is used here. Manager.cpu is a CPU on which the manager runs. Default is 0. You can change it if needed. quarkus.http.host sets the IP address where the manager UI will be accessible. If you do not specify this, the manager automatically detects an appropriate IP address from the transport provider. quarkus.vertex.warning exception time. Parameters help to identify any blocked threads. Keep the default unless you are troubleshooting. Let's move to the IMC cache configuration. For imc.home, ensure that this path points to the installed IMC location. IMC port is the port to be used for IMC. For imc.process.name, set a valid process name for IMC instance. Under logging configuration, set the manager.log.label parameter as needed. Here, the default value is kept as it is. Under optional configuration, you can set parameters such as transport provider, initial and maximum heap size, garbage collector, and manageability operation timeout. For example, manageability.operation.timeout parameter controls how long the manager waits for operations such as deploy or start. You can set the supported values from 240 to 600 seconds. Here, default value 240 is used. If you need to enable SSL, set the following parameters. quarkus.http.ssl port is an HTTPS port for the manager UI. For keystore.file and keystore.password, provide path to your keystore file and set the password for key store. Keystore.keyAlias lets you specify which key alias to use from your key store. In this example, it is not specified. SSL.protocol and key.password, you can specify protocol and key password. If the key password is different from the key store password, you can specify it separately. This completes the application.properties file configuration. Now let's start the manager. First, navigate to the directory where your API gateway is installed. The Gway CLI utility that comes packaged with the API gateway. This helps you to start, stop, check the status and work with the API gateway manager. To start the manager, use command /gwaycli start -manager followed by -c and the path to the application.properties file. In this example, relative path is used, but you can use an absolute path as well. When startup completes, the console output shows the information such as workspace, IMC details, log directory, HTTP and HTTPS URLs, process names, and transport provider. To open the API Gateway Manager UI, simply use the HTTP or HTTPS URL provided in the output. Moving forward, let's see how to check the manager's status. You can use the same command used for starting the manager. Just replace start with status and use the same properties file path. This displays the complete status, indicating whether both the manager and IMC components are running. To stop the manager, use the same command used to check the status. Just replace status with stop and use the same properties file path. Here, we have configured the API Gateway Manager's properties and started it. We have also learned how to verify its status and stop the manager. Thanks for watching the video.